Sudan's final days were spent in Nature's Hospital, the Ol Pejeta Conservancy in Kenya. Although known as the last male standing, he was not alone. Zachariah Mufai and a team of caretakers dedicated their lives to the aging beast.
She's a great friend of mine. It's just more like my family. So that's why I take great care of him. I've worked with him for 8 years now, so I know him very well.
We joined Mufai as he prepared breakfast, a buffet of hay, carrots, and bananas.
We use bananas to hide the bills inside hills.
So these bananas contain pain relievers?
Yes.
Sudan was 45, well past the average life expectancy of a rhino.
This is a lot like hospice care for an animal whose human family never leaves his side.
He suffered from arthritis and bed sores and died essentially of old age. The park decided to euthanize him overnight when he was in too much pain and unable to stand. Sudan spent most of his life in a zoo as northern white rhinos in the wild were poached to extinction. Conservationist Richard Vine created this wildlife sanctuary.
The reason that rhinos are threatened by poaching is because of demand for their horn, pure and simple.
In his final years, Sudan lived in Ol Pejeta with the two remaining northern white rhino females, Najin and Batu. The hope was they would reproduce.
We were expecting to have babies in a natural way, but it just never worked.
There is already an international effort underway to extract eggs from Najin and Fatu and fertilize them with the sperm previously collected from Sudan and other northern white rhinos. That process is both complex and untested and is now the only hope for the future of the species. Jonathan Vigliotti, Ol Pejeta Conservancy, Kenya.
Joining me now is Sarah Gibbens, a writer for National Geographic, who's been following the story very closely. So, Sarah, why are these northern white rhinos so close to extinction?
This species, or the subspecies rather, has been hunted pretty aggressively for the past few decades. Their horns are pretty lucrative and they're used in traditional medicines and crafts, things like that.
So there's only 2 female rhinos of their kind still remaining. What's being done to protect these rhinos?
Oh, these 2 females, just like Sudan, are under 24/7 armed guard, so it's pretty intense security for an endangered animal, and they'll continue to be protected.
Armed guards, pretty incredible. We know also the scientists have been trying to use IVF to breed new rhinos. Where does that process stand?
That's something that scientists are working on. It's definitely being perfected, but hasn't quite reached a stage where it can be used yet. It's also extremely expensive. Scientists estimate about $9 million would be needed to fully perfect the treatment.
That's an incredible price tag, $9 million. What impact do you think would come of the extinction of the northern white rhinos on conservation efforts?
I mean, just from a conservation standpoint, it definitely says a lot about the species that we're able to protect and the kind of devastation that human intervention can have on these species.
Sarah Gibbens, thank you for your time, Sarah.
Thank you.